these things shall be added unto you. Alleluia, Alleluia. The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "As you go, make this announcement: the reign of God is at hand. Cure the sick, raise the dead, heal the leprous, expel demons. The gift you have received, give as a gift. Provide yourselves with neither gold nor silver nor copper in your belts, no traveling bag, no chains of shirts, no sandals, no walking staff. The workman, after all, is worth his keep. Look for a worthy citizen in every town or village you come to, and stay with him until you leave. As you enter his home, bless it. If the home is deserving, your blessing will descend on it. If it is not, your blessing will return to you. If anyone does not receive you or listen to what you have to say, leave that house or town, and once outside it, shake its dust from your feet. I assure you, it will go easier for the region of Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than it will be for that town or village." Sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Let us see your face, Lord, and we shall be saved. My dear friends, in faith, in trust, and in confidence, we may not be realizing it, my dear friends, as what we call in psychology a subconscious in each and everyone's minds and hearts. That is always our longing. The psalm of today, taken from the book of Psalms, chapter 80, verses 2 and 3, and 15 and 16. A subconscious in us, again, as we may say psychologically, that's about our feeling and longing. Let us see your face, Lord, and we shall be saved amidst this pandemic. But let's continue reflecting on the gospel message, my dear friends. Yesterday in the gospel reading of Matthew chapter 10, verses 1 to 7, Jesus chose the so-called 12 apostles. As I shared yesterday, he did not choose men of prominence, men of influence, men of high education or professionals. But Jesus chose 12 people he later on called apostles from ordinary people. And talking about the ordinariness of people, like the 12 he chose, 11 of them were fishermen and smelly at that, and the other one was a public sinner, a tax collector, Matthew. And what was the mind of Jesus in selecting ordinary people? What was most important in the consideration of Jesus in the selection of 12 coming from ordinary lives and situations was what he called the openness of the 12. The openness in the sense that they were ready to receive and accept truth. That's what Jesus only needed. The openness and the ability to see and recognize truth or goodness whenever it presented itself. In other words, that was his main qualification on these ordinary people. The openness to learn, the openness to be corrected, the openness to be told what to do and not to do. And that was what was necessary for Jesus in selecting them. In today's gospel reading, continuation of yesterday's, Matthew chapter 10, verses 7 to 15, Jesus talks more or teaches more his disciples on one area in today's gospel, that is the area of giving, the area of being generous to people. And there was a story of a very wealthy and rich man. This wealthy, rich man became so sad when he pondered or reflected on the teaching of Jesus on giving. So he prayed so much to be able to accept this teaching of Jesus on giving and sharing. But it is said that the more he prayed, the sadder he got, or the more sad he became, as he prayed and prayed to be able to accept and understand the teaching of Jesus on giving and sharing. The wealthy man became sadder and sadder, or became more sad and sad. When it reached to a point that this wealthy man was near to despair and frustration, according to the story, the angel of the Lord appeared to him to give him comfort, asking, "My son, why are you so sad? Why are you so worried?" And then the wealthy man replied, saying, "Because of my master's teaching on giving and on sharing." And he continued explaining to the angel, "Does it mean that I have to give again and again and again without stopping?" "Oh heavens, no," said the angel. "You have to give only as your master gives to you." My dear friends, based on this reflection on giving and sharing, let us ask ourselves as well, how grateful are we to the many, many gifts that Jesus has given us every day, including good health amidst this pandemic? How grateful are we to God's gifts? And that reminds us of the book of Psalms 116 verse 12. "My God, what can I offer to you for the goodness you have given to me?" But talking about showing our gratitude to God's gifts to us, W.T. Kaiser would remind us today on this area of giving and sharing and being grateful. Not what we say about our blessings that we receive, but how do we share them with those in need? And this is the true measure of gratitude to God. Again, not what we say about our blessings, but how we use them and share them with other people is the true measure of our gratitude to God. Mr. Eckhart would say and remind us today, including us, priests, consecrated persons. If the only prayer you know in your life is to say thank you, Mr. Eckhart would say that prayer would suffice, and that prayer is enough. If we say thank you to God for the gifts He has given